At 2:27 a.m., the Colorado mountains are just black teeth against colder skies. And the wind moves through the cottonwoods like someone rifling a book. In a small ranch house outside Boulder, a 7-year-old boy wakes up screaming names he should not know. "Emily," he sobs. "Shadow, don't go near that bridge." His mother is there in seconds, fingers on his forehead, whispering that it's okay, that he's safe, that there is no bridge. He is 7. His nightmares should be dinosaurs and math homework or something else, but not middle-aged dread and tax forms. But the boy's eyes are open and ancient. "I died," he said, "on the red bridge in the snow." Most kids grow out of imaginary friends. This one has an imaginary mortgage. Remember that. Tonight we follow a Colorado story where the land remembers more than we do, where truth, science, and legend walk the same icy shoulder, and where a child may be the only one who can read what the mountains have written. This is Truthish, and yes, don't forget to like and subscribe before your next life. Morning comes pale and brittle, the kind of light winter keeps for itself. The boy, let's call him Owen, is quiet at breakfast. He whispers to his cereal. Shadow hated the vacuum. His mother glances at his father. They do not own a dog. Over the next week, the names continue. Emily, Shadow, a street that does not show up on Google Maps. He asks if they can go home, and when his mother says, "Sweetie, this is home," he shakes his head with sorrow that doesn't belong to a 7-year-old. My house had a porch swing with a blue mailbox. The paint is peeled. It could be television seepage, stories bleeding in. It could be cryptomnesia. That's the psychological term for remembering something that you encountered without recalling the source. Like a tune you hear you invented, which you did not. It could be the brain being the brain, or it could be something else. Researchers like Ian Stevenson and Jim Tucker documented hundreds of cases where children reported past life memories with startling, verifiable details. Not proof, not consensus, but not nothing, which, in essence, is science. It is a technical term for, we need more coffee. Owen adds new details: a red bridge, iron smell, snow. Saturday. The Front Range rises like a sleeping animal under a gray sky. Owen's parents, who promised each other they would not indulge the fantasy, do the most human thing. They indulge the fantasy. Because that's what parents do when faced with a mystery and a small, serious face. He gives directions from the back seat with the kind of muscle memory you can hear. Left at the fence with a bull sign. Right at the barn with 2 red roofs. Not that road, the other road. The one that used to have potholes. He is 7 and somehow nostalgic about county maintenance. Then, the bridge. Red truss work, a stubborn stripe against the winter river. Owen's breathing changes. That's where I lost the wheel. His father pulls over. The snow is 3 months old and still finding ways to be ugly. On the far side of the bridge, a square of blackened concrete and a scatter of warped nails. "That was my house," Owen says, voice flat, with certainty. But the porch is gone. His mother steps out, crunch of boots, smell of cold iron, and river stone. There are no plaques, no official stories, just that char mark in the earth where something used to stand, which is how most of our stories are marked now. Later they will learn, through someone's uncle who knows a retired deputy, that in 1993 there was a fatal crash on this bridge. A man from Lyons, Daniel Hayes. And no, the GPS did not see that one coming either. Owen's episodes have a pattern. They flare like weather fronts. During them, his speech shifts. Syntax older, words too precise. He hums fragments of old country songs from the 70s. Gets 3 lines right, blanks on the chorus. Relatable. In child recall cases, researchers sometimes note unusual high theta activity, those slow waves associated with deep relaxation and memory integration during recall. That doesn't prove anything mystical, it just proves that the brain is doing something. It always is. The Ute have stories of the second sunrise, when a spirit walks a little way back down the trail to finish an undone sentence, a visit that fades like frost. And many mountain communities talk about imprints, traumas that cling to places the way scent clings to wool. Stand in enough old houses, you begin to believe the walls are listening. One afternoon, Owen sees a photograph online. The retired deputy's wife posts an old community page scan, a fundraiser, a house with a porch swing, a woman with tired eyes. Owens points, "That's Emily." His mother's mouth is desert dry. "How do you know?" Owen shrugs, like the answer is embarrassing and obvious. "Because I married her." Some kids pull the fire alarm for attention. This kid pulls existentialism. Enter Dr. Mara Lowell, a neuroscientist at CU Boulder who has made a career out of studying memory anomalies. She doesn't believe in past lives. She believes in testable claims. She designed something kind, cautious, and as ethical as possible. Interviews with Owen while monitoring heart rate and EEG. A memory interview protocol that avoids leading questions, and a simple blind choice test. Objects from Daniel's documented life, but with decoys. A truck key fob, a brass fishing lure, an old pocket knife, a grocery store club card, a blue mailbox flag, a dog collar with brass hardware. Owen selects the lure, the pocket knife with initials DH, and the mailbox flag. He ignores the dog collar. Shadow's collar was canvas, he said. It was green. Dr. Lowell notes some elevated theta, a steady heart rate, and a collection of correct identifications that rank above chance but below sensational. If you're waiting for a drum roll, science doesn't do drum rolls. Science does, noting the interesting thing and asking for more data. She interviews Owen's parents exhaustively. What he could have overheard, what he could have seen, old photos. Whether any relatives mentioned the bridge. Nothing obvious, which is not the same as impossible, it's just not obvious. In a talk later, Dr. Lowell mentions non-local theories of consciousness, ideas on the fringe, that memory might be, in part, a phenomenon that your brain is not a hard drive, but a tuner. If true, Mondays would still exist, unfortunately. And yet the elders would say, when you die on the trail, the wind may carry your name until someone answers to it. The widow, Emily Hayes, agrees to meet the family at a neutral place, a church basement with fresh coffee and decade-old carpet. She's older now, steady, the kind of steady you only earn by outlasting the storms. Owen enters shy, then straightens with an uncanny adultness. "Hi, Em." Emily's eyes fill with tears she didn't authorize. Owen glances around the room, locating exits, counting habitually. "You still do that?" she says. "Count doors?" They talk in chess moves, Emily asking careful questions. Owen answering without the bright guessing that kids do when they want to please. He mentions a porch swing with a loose right chain. He says the shed's padlock stuck every winter. He asks if she kept the box of tackle under the bed after he died, because you hated the smell. None of this is dramatic. It's not Hollywood. It's two people on either side of a fault line, testing each board before they step. Emily finally asks, "What was the last thing you remember?" Owen looks at the door. Cold. The guardrail. "I was trying to change the song." The room is very, very quiet. In documented cases, the strongest moments are often simple, ordinary details that are hard to fake. The peculiarities of a latch, a private nickname, a specific location of an object never photographed. But memory is tricky, porous, political. Our brains are editors, not archivists. Still, editors don't invent porch chains. Over months, Owen's certainty thins like the snow in April. He stops waking in the middle of the night. He forgets the exact angle of the porch swing. He calls the bridge that place instead of the place. He is 7, turning 8, rushing toward the lucky amnesia of new cartoons and fresh shoe sizes. Researchers have noticed that this too, child past life memories, often fade by age 10. Theories range from neural pruning, your brain trimming synapses like a gardener, to cultural overriding. Reincarnation, if it exists, apparently has a short warranty. The older stories say the second sunrise only lasts until the first summer thunderstorm, when rain convinces a soul to keep going. Make of that what you like. Owen still says shadow, without knowing why dogs should be named anything else. He still hums that country song, but the bridge he hums is something new, something he picked up from a TV jingle. The present is loud, and it always wins. So what did we witness? Truth? There was a red truss bridge near Boulder. There was a fatal crash in the early 90s. There was a house with a porch swing and a blue mailbox, and there is a woman named Emily who remembers a husband and a cold day. There's a boy who knew too much, too soon. Science? Memory is a construction project, not a photograph, prone to drafts and edits and supply shortages. Cryptoamnesia can explain a surprising amount. So can coincidence. Theta remnants mark the brain's deep work. They do not certify it supernatural. Non-local theories are mind-intriguing and, for now, unproven. We keep measuring. And then there's legend. The land keeps score. Rivers remember. Bridges have long memories for the weights of the wheels. In the stories, names wander until someone answers. Maybe that answer is all that was needed. Maybe Owen turned his small, hungry radio to a frequency that the rest of us filtered out. Maybe grief called, and a child, uncluttered by adult static, picked up. Or maybe the brain is so good at being strange that we don't need anything beyond it. Either way, the mystery did what mysteries do. It made everyone pay better attention. If you came here for proof, I can't give you that. But if you came here for a good reason to pay attention, to the way a kid says a stranger's name, to the way a river keeps time, to the way a porch swing keeps secrets, then you've got more than you started with. Maybe memory isn't just in our heads. Maybe it's in the land, in the structures we build, in the people who love us enough to listen when we speak in the wrong century. And if this life turns out to be a rerun, at least we had better seats this time. Thanks for watching Truthish, and don't forget to like and subscribe, so if you ever come back, next time, remembering the 1800s, you still catch season 2. Mostly true, always strange.